What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another installment of the Emilio Experience. My name is Emilio. What's up, everybody? I want to start off by saying my condolences to everyone affected by the tragedy that happened in Florida. Um, it is a sad, sad casualty. Um, I feel like I don't know what the ultimate answer is, um, but I know what it isn't. And I think adding more fuel to the fire, um, I think this is just not the time for it. People are grieving, people are, you know, understandably upset, angry, etc. I do want to bring up this one point, though. The two actual points, real quick, just for you guys to ponder. We live in a world where business is an essential part of it, right? Like people are trying to make money, they're trying to make a lifestyle, etc. I'm impartial to the whole gun situation, but I just want to point something out. Guns is just another form of business, right? People sell guns. Someone's making money off of it. Somebody's getting rich off it, etc. They're producing it. Somebody's buying it. It's in style. It's in business. So long as people buy it, it'll always be in styles. It'll always be in need. Another point I want to make is that we live in a very militaristic state. What that means is that essentially people grab arms here, man. We ready to shoot somebody. You know, I don't agree with that philosophy. I wish we didn't have to resort to that kind of violence. But the idea is that the kind of norm within our world or within our surrounding agrees with it. We can take it a step further and say, there's this huge amounts of coalition of hunters and the hunting association. They need guns to hunt. Whether I agree with it or not that's none of my business. It's more so just the idea of like these are the situations that it's used and it's used heavily. We feel like we're constantly in war or going to it. That takes guns, etc. Okay, out the way. Now, there is this underlining thing, right? People say guns don't kill people, people kill people, which is true. I mean, you have to be the person behind that gun firing it away. There's my stance about that, right? On the other hand, on the flip side is I want people to understand we have the power, all right? We have the power to help a person. A lot of people don't necessarily have the answer as far as mental health. But I would say one huge way of at least attempting to kind of help a person is through conversation, right? Get to know who it is that you feel may just need to talk to somebody. Make yourself available to listen to a person. Sometimes people just need to be listened to. It sounds really simple, but it really does matter. Taking the time out to do the littlest things, like, hey, patting them on the back, saying good job. Maybe that person never heard good job before. They might have been doing things perfect their whole life or great, but because that pat on the back never came, they probably felt like helpless or useless. There's a lot of underlying factors when it comes to individuals and why they would do such drastic things. I'm not saying that that's why this gentleman did that. I don't have that kind of information. We need to be about a world that's more available to hear people out, to listen to people. Everybody's so caught up with their world. I understand that we all, trying to make a business, trying to make our money. We trying to build ourselves and our family and our home, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And that's fine. But start in your family. If you're not going to start nowhere, be that ear for your children. All right? At least their ear. You might not have the sound advice to give your child, but at least they're able to express themselves. And when you hear that they're going through some turmoil or something, hey, you hear them out. And if you can't solve that issue there, do a little research or find somebody else that can help them. I'm willing to counsel myself. You know what I mean? I've been doing education and field education for over 12 years. I've dealt with crisis situations. Seek me out. Seek people like me or seek people other than me, but seek somebody out. There's professional help. There's mentors. There's counselors. There's teachers. There is a community of people willing to help you. I just want to stress, be that ear. If nothing else, if you offer nothing else, care to know, care to understand, care to try to understand what another person is going through or trying to say. Care. Care. That takes a little bit of effort. And yes, it does take a little bit of your time. And if you're not a great listener and you hate listening to people, make that effort. Because one day the tables might be turned and it may be you that needs to express yourself and let it out. Sometimes it just takes a talk. Countless times I've been public, New York City, transits, and people are just talking out the wazoo, you know? And these people, a lot of them has just been the leftovers, you know, the isolated. Who's to say that these people just needed just a person to care, you know? So mental health is a very sensitive thing. I hope you heed something from this message. I hope you took something from it. Peace and love.